First one, we are going to follow the same chronological order as we have. So I'm going to start with my favorite, data engineers. All right. So I love this picture. This is like more of goddess Durga. I don't know if you are not from India. Goddess Durga is one of the famous goddesses in India, and she happens to have 10 hands. She is like a pro level multitasker, right? So data engineers are similar to that. They have to do a lot of things, right? And that's where you see they are holding so many different tools and instruments and weapons so that they can make our life a lot more easy. So here are the skills they basically need. Let me turn on my favorite laser. Okay, I didn't know that I can do it by pressing L. That's a cool shortcut. Okay. So the data engineers at first, they need database development and administration skills, right? And that is required both at an on-premise space as well as in the cloud space, because nowadays we are moving towards cloud because we have so much of data. So as a data engineer, you are required to know database development skills. And database development is typically done through a language called SQL, but here you need to know a lot more than the basic query level SQL knowledge, because you will be required to build databases from scratch, tables, schemas, data lakes, data warehouses, and so on, right? You need to also know certain data engineering tactics on the big data front, because data engineers, the very purpose of the role is to provide data, and data is available at such scale, such volume. So by default, it becomes big data for us. So you need to know some techniques and processes which are pertaining specific to the big data concepts. ETL is the next level thing, which stands for extract, transform, load, is the single most important principle for all the data engineering or all the data engineering enthusiasts, basically, or aspirants. I'm sorry about that. So ETL is going to be extremely, extremely important, because the whole journey of taking data from different sources, then applying transformation in that, and eventually loading that, storing that in database or in a data lake from where the consumers of the data can apply analytics is going to be the whole journey. And ETL is the principle to do that. So you should be really good, well-versed, like a pro of the ETL frameworks. And finally, the data pipelining management. Pipelines are actually an essential component of the ETL framework. Pipelines are basically like the pipes through which you can pull data from different sources, and then you can put them in a centralized location. You can also have a lot of data transformation business logics and rules and processes applied within the pipelines, right? So there are different kind of jobs that are available. There are data transformation job, there are data injection job, there are data orchestration job. So those are all the nitty-gritties of it, but pipelines are essentially the pipe or the path through which data can be sourced, transformed during the process, and then eventually loaded to a centralized data consumer-facing repository, like a data lake or data warehouse. Okay, so that's pretty much about the skills. Sounds like a lot, and actually it is even more than that. I'm just putting up all the most important ones or the most commonly required ones, but trust me, there is a lot more than this. Okay, and here are some of the common technical skills that you're required to have. SQL, hands down. If you do not know SQL, if your SQL skills are not beyond intermediate level, you cannot crack even a single job of data engineer. It's that important for you. You need to be good at programming for doing certain manipulation jobs of data. And you have a few options here, like Python, Ruby, Rails, Java, C, Scala, and so on. But out of all those, the most popular one is Python, and it has its own obvious reasons for it, because Python is also the most popular data science language. It has got a lot of packages and libraries, and therefore, if you learn Python, it can help you not only do data engineering tasks, but also it would help you in your transition to any other data role tomorrow. If you want to move to data science or data analytics, you won't have to necessarily acquire a lot of new skills. Okay. So that is a wrap for data engineer and all its skills. have fun exploring more. If you want to know more, you can reach out to me. I do run some one-to-one mentorship and consulting programs on how can you break into data science or data related roles. And there I am happy to share more resources with you. So I'm going to put it up in the resource section of this course so that you can understand what are the other ways for you to reach out to me if you are looking for more information.